Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap.
Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap.
Let's go. Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Protect.
Yo, peace.
Protect your
Welcome
energy.
back for another ZTP, Zen Trap Perspective. I'm one of your two hosts, Zen P.
I'm Yogi LG.
All right, Yogi LG, what we watching today?
All right, we got an action-packed ZTP for you today. It's not that action-packed, but it was good. It was a short video. This is by Cordae. How a high-level mindset helps you realize your potential. He did a TED Talk, which is really cool for him to be a hip-hop artist and do a TED Talk. So
get us right. Who would you recommend this video to?
I would recommend it automatically to Cordae fans. Like, if you're a fan of his, you like his music, it's on the same wave of that. He's obviously a conscious rapper. He's very in tune with what his goals are, what he's trying to get to. So anybody that just needs a quick pick-me-up, honestly, I think this was a quick video that helped me just target some of the same stuff we've been saying, same principles, just coming from a different vessel and a different message.
Super
You know
quick, 12 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. What about you? Who would you recommend it to, I guess?
I would definitely recommend it to Cordae fans and people that are fan of TED Talks. It's a solid TED Talk. It's quick, straight to the point. Again, focusing on some aspects and some steps that you can use again and apply to your life. So anybody that likes TED Talks, like learning something new, 12 minutes to get you a couple pieces of free jewelry.
Free jewelry. Get some gems in there.
Free gems.
All right. So, what? Damn, I forgot what I was about to say. I guess, how would you describe this video to someone who's never seen it?
Okay, well, if you've never seen a TED Talk,
Yep.
a TED Talk is almost like a little speech. Anybody can really give a TED Talk as long as you're somewhat of a subject matter expert on what that is, and that can be anything in your life. So if you've never seen it, it's pretty much people going out there trying to give a nice speech, pretty much on like what they're trying to present and help people with, and presenting a possible solution with the data they have now to a problem. How would you describe it to somebody who's never seen it?
I think that was good analysis of TED. TED is normally like, it's always informative. It's trying to get you to get some type of large concept of information in a short time. But I would honestly say I think it came from like the science field, but now it's like branching out to all other fields, so it's really great. But specifically, I think what Cordae is trying to do in this video is just, he's really trying to help you see how you can maximize your potential, how you can live a lifestyle that he calls the high level mindset. Had to sneeze, but it went away. How you can live a high level mindset and how that can help you just kind of realize what your potential is and how to maximize it.
For sure. So my favorite part, what was your favorite bar?
All right, favorite bar was probably him saying the high level mindset is not a recipe for perfection, but a commitment to honoring your potential and what you have to offer to the world. That was my favorite bar.
Dope.
Yeah, just because I feel like, honestly, a lot of times we think, oh, I'm going to do this stuff and it's going to get me to exactly where I need to go. And so we get like discouraged if it doesn't. So it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be exact. You're not going to always get the result that you want. But what you're ultimately committing to is yourself. You're ultimately committing to the fact that I want to maximize my potential each and every day. I want to go out and, fight the good fight and offer the best of myself to the world. I want to be the best version of me.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was dope.
No, for sure.
What about you? What was your favorite bar?
I think mine just sums up what you just said about planning and stuff, where he said A$AP Rocky told him that we plan and God laughs.
Facts.
I thought that was dope. So it's just saying, not striving. Well, again, you can strive for perfection, but not letting it deter you or something. Don't let your small failure lose sight of your bigger picture. So don't let them little small failures of it didn't go how you expected, just like she said, to affect your whole plan. Like, you can check and adjust, you can change it. Again, the results should matter in how you adjust what you're doing. So I thought that was a great bar. You got another one?
Absolutely. So he had like 4 main points, I think it was 4. to this high level mindset, and I'm gonna just list them off real quick because I think they all are bars, but all things we already know. Remain positive, which is one I relate with specifically, and then be intentional with your desires. And you was talking about this yesterday. I'm gonna definitely get into that. And discipline equals success. And then removing negative people or removing negative things out of your life. So I think those were all bars within itself, and they break down into other stuff.
Yeah, and how those steps like equal a high level mindset. I think the only other bar that was great to me was in that step one. Again, it's really the same bar, a different way about you playing and God laughs. Through your misfortunes, you need to use those as motivation and fuel. So those small failures should just keep fueling what you're doing to revisit it and re-tap back into it and refocus. So it's again, quick video with a couple little gems in there if you just keep paying attention on stuff that we already know.
Absolutely. So was there a favorite section that you had, or some story maybe that he told that you liked?
My favorite section probably was the beginning or the end.
All right.
One of the two. The beginning for me was just him talking about who he got his high level mindset from, and it was his mom. So him saying just short things about his mom when she had him, when she was 16 and he's 24 right now, and just how that she didn't let her environment define what she was going to be, and how she slowly made progress, and how he just used her as a mentor and motivation for how she got out of her circumstance and didn't let it define her, and how it fueled him, and that she gave him these bars and this high level mindset, and she may or may not even know it, like her giving it to you.
That was good.
I thought that was.
I mean, because honestly, like, as I started to look back on life, I feel like the things that I'm influenced by now, I didn't know they were gonna be this influential.
Like what?
Like, there were things that certain teachers said to me growing up that stuck with me. And of course, like, all right, maybe it stick with you from 6th grade to 9th grade or something like that, but I'm 31. I'm 31 years old. So when somebody says something to me at 13, the fact that it still sticks with me, I know that really influenced me and it made an impact. I didn't know it then, but I definitely can see it now.
Oh, yeah. I think everybody has that, some weird sayings that people told you that you might not didn't get it then, but as you get older, it just hits different.
Absolutely. I think I liked the part where he was talking about himself, but he talked about how, like, he stopped doing drugs and alcohol, and he felt like it was good things were happening. And I think what he was talking about was more so discipline, and this kind of goes into maybe some of the things I want to talk about, but like how discipline doesn't necessarily mean like just because I do these things, this is going to happen, but it allows you to focus on what you're doing, right? So him giving up those drugs and alcohol didn't necessarily mean like, oh, your album going to go platinum, triple platinum because you did this. It means like, hey, I'm able to focus and give the best version of myself because I'm being disciplined and I'm focused on my goals. So I thought that was really good too.
Yeah, for sure. I thought that was a good way to tell it too, because I think we all be there where we thinking like, oh, if I do this or when I did this, all these good things happen, so I need to recreate it. But that's good with like experimenting with your life too, like trying different stuff out to figure out and be self-aware enough to know that like if I take this away, because I think on the flip side of that, he recognized that his vices weren't really a hindrance, that he needed discipline. So I think the opposite could happen too, where like something could be holding you back like that, and you find that when I keep taking this out of my life, I keep doing good. So you want to keep recreating that. And I think that's a good way to trial and play with your life as well, to see like where
you say play with your life.
Yeah, play with your life.
Play with your life. I like that one. Play with your life.
Yeah.
And we serious about our fun.
Serious about my fun.
Jinx, man. Serious about my fun for sure.
All right, so do you got a story in your life that relates to anything in this video?
Absolutely. I think the discipline versus focus is probably like the best story I would have, just because I have seen every time that I put myself on a regimen, whether it be for a week or even like 3 days I can string together, I get so much clarity in that time, right? So I think that's kind of how it relates to my life, is just seeing it happen and manifest in my life. If I get disciplined, good things are going to happen. I'm allowed to focus. I can get things clear. Like I was past couple weeks, I just been all over the place. A lot going on, a lot happening. And as soon as I like sat down and just was like, all right, I ain't doing this today, I ain't doing that. None of that adds value to my life. I need to be focused on my goal. I need to be disciplined. I don't need to do this. That's when I was able to get some clarity and kind of clear my life. So I feel like that's good.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, you got a story? Something in your life that relates?
I think the only story that I can think of right away goes to the end of the video, which is like just thinking about how to maximize your time on Earth. As soon as he was talking about that, it immediately made me think of that Deion Cole special about how many summers you got left.
Whew.
Like, how old are you? You got like 40 good summers left in you.
How many good summers you got
Changing
left
your
in?
perspective. I got a lot of good summers.
How many? Give me a number.
I don't think it's. I think as long as
And
I'm here.
What's a good summer?
What's a good summer?
Yeah.
A good summer to me is, it used to be, you know, some Sunday fun day type stuff, traveling and all this stuff, you know, spending time with people I love, you know, almost doing what I want in that summer. Like, could be working out, playing something. I think now for me, I don't want to simplify it, but like, I'm here.
I'm alive.
Here. As you get older, you just be like,
alive.
man, being here is a good summer. But, you know, you could turn into like that grumpy old man. Well, I'm ready to go.
I done been here enough
I
summers.
don't want to be here for that 115 summer.
Hey,
it's
what's
coming.
that? It's a comedian, David Arnold. Shout out to him. I love him. He talks about like his grandma was like 90 something, and she was just sitting there like letting the TV watch her. And he was like, "Grandma, like, why don't you put some on TV?" She's like, "David, I've watched all the
I've
shows.
seen all the shows.
I've seen all the shows. I've eaten all the food. Like, I'm ready to go." Like,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm thinking like a story in my life. I think that perspective change of like, oh, like it really puts you back to the moment that like, we're not here for a long time. We need to. So what, like, take risks.
Here for a good time, not a long time.
Take risks.
For sure. All right, give me one thing you can apply from this video to your life today, right now.
Definitely the being intentional about what you want. I think I've heard it so many times now about like coming up with like literally what you want, and then I think even more so coming up with what you want and like making it as elaborate as you want, so that, I mean, if you don't hit it when you fall short again, like, you know,
Shoot for the
whatever, and
shoot
reach
for the
next
moon.
thing.
You miss. All right, what is it? Shoot for the stars. You miss you landing on the moon. Something like that.
Yeah.
Something
So
like that.
I'm thinking like that. What about you?
You definitely took mine. I was definitely gonna say that because we brought it up the other day. Like P just told us like, hey, like everything that happened, like everything we say, it happens. So why don't we start saying some more stuff? Like say some stuff that's real, like, you know, not outlandish, but just definitely further in your future that you ain't think could happen, or you know what I'm saying. So I think that's definitely one. But another thing that I can apply right now is like removing negative things or people out of your life. I have a hard time burning bridges, breaking relationships, severing ties, whatever you want to call it. So I think me taking control of my life and saying like, hey, if somebody bring negativity towards you, you don't gotta be around them. Like nothing obligates you to be around this person. No matter how long y'all been riding, like you have the ability to change your mind, change your course, and remove that person out of your life or that thing out of your life. So that's definitely a story for me, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You apply that now.
One thing I do want to bring up, got
sure.
one more thing.
Wow,
Being positive. Like I don't think people understand how important it is to just say positive things, try your best to think positive thoughts. If you remain in that positive space, it's hard for somebody to bring you out, right? Stuff happens, but if you're a positive person, your perspective just changes on life. So I would encourage you to just try to start thinking, just if you just count, like I'm gonna have 10 positive thoughts today, like I'm gonna think 10 positive things about my own life today. I promise you it'll change your outlook on your life for sure.
Yeah, that changing your mood,
Yeah, for
that'll
sure.
mess with changing perspective. But again, like, to me, it all starts with just being a little bit aware, because you got to be aware enough to know what stuff gets you in a positive mood. Is it music? Is it taking a walk? Is it this? And to figure that out, you got to try some different stuff. So you got to go out there and play with your life. Like, you got to go out there and figure
Play
out
with your life.
what makes you get into that positive mood and mindset. And then once you figure that out, you also got to make sure that whatever it is not draining something else as well. So, for example, if smoking weed gets me in a good mood, or drinking gets me in a good mood, makes me positive, that also could potentially deteriorate my health or something, or it could, potentially something. So just thinking about having things that put you in a positive mood and don't hurt something else, and something that you can like consistently do. Because I think the more positive things that you can have that can get you in a good mood, the more you can build up this like layer. Because that's what like meditation and all this taking time for yourself is. It gives you that space that we keep talking about in multiple videos, of just enough space so that you can see situations for what they are, so that you can properly figure out how you want to navigate it.
Amen, brother.
Yeah,
that's a word, man.
Trying to be
I appreciate
with my
you.
words,
I
man,
appreciate you dropping that on us, man. That's good. For sure.
Free gym and shit.
Free gym. You just dropping them. Anything else you want to leave with the people?
Nah, man. Like, I think the main thing for me from this video that I'm trying to leave with you is go out there and play with your life.
Play with your life.
Go out there and be intentional and serious about what you want to do.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of people. I think we in this time now where us millennials, or whatever we are, whatever you want to call us, is, hey, we ain't with what our parents was with.
I ain't with it.
Just signing up for some stuff just to be doing it. We need more out of life, and we demanding more. And I think everybody's starting to see it. Like,
more life, baby.
Yeah. So I think you need to, if you ain't, you need to get on that train now and try and figure out what it is you want to do. Now is the perfect time to get on it, because it ain't gonna be like this long. I can promise you.
You don't think so?
Oh, no.
What you mean? What you think? How you think it's gonna change?
Well, I think we are going to somehow adapt. Like, companies and stuff are going to adapt. The government is going to adapt. Like, we on track for another recession. So if another recession happens, that gives them time, where we already know what happens in recessions. People lose jobs. The housing is crazy. This happens. It's patterns. So what companies are going to start doing is figuring out what's the best thing for them to keep people and stuff. Like, what's the new thing? Like, do I need to offer them a hybrid thing, or do I need to have some kind of setup that allows them to be able to do this? But once they get that plan together, it's just going to be,
they're going to trap us back in.
It's going to be trapped in something else. Or
don't get trapped in the
Matrix.
Matrix.
They could all get together and just be like, look, we know what y'all want, but we ain't going to hire y'all. And then it's going to be some kind of battle like that for it. And they gonna try and get what they want out of it, and we're going to try and keep getting what we want. But they can hold out a lot longer than us.
Yeah.
Because
they got the money.
They got the money, and
power.
Honestly, it's another conversation just about niggas ain't solid. Niggas ain't solid. We have the leverage. It's almost like slavery stuff. We have the leverage. It's more of us. It's more of us. But if one person, I compare money to a gun, it could be 6 of us, and somebody be like, how one person rob y'all? They had a gun. If all 6 of us rush them, yeah, we can get it. Who rushing first?
Who taking the bullet?
Who gonna be the one that, like, because if all 6 of us don't charge at the same time, that one shot will do it.
Oh, he got shot. I can't go.
Yeah, so it's just.
Did you see what happened to him? Nah, I'm gonna stay.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's just thinking about stuff like that sometimes.
Dang, that's pretty good. Hey, man, this has been another ZTP, Zen Trap Perspective. I'm one of your 2 hosts, Yogi LG.
Zen Pete.
And always remember, protect your peace.
Protect your energy.
It's the Zen Trap.
We out.
We out.
Welcome to the trap.